Happy Motivation Monday, Wing Women. I hope that you guys had a fabulous week with me gone and that you still were successful. I know I saw a lot of you posted in the group that you had some really big wins this week, and I'm super duper duper proud of you. This, I think that the way I want to kind of start out today is I just want to tell you the super abridged version of my story about this trip I just went on. I had a great time, first of all, made a lot of friends, um, made a lot of really cool connections with people I wasn't expecting to, and didn't vibe super well with some people that I kind of was expecting to when I went to this thing. The whole long story short here is that this trip was absolutely not what I expected. And I think I'm still going to be kind of sitting with it and integrating it into my life for quite some time. Um, but like I went to this thing, I thought that I was going to a retreat that was entitled The New Science of Longevity, and I was going to go learn a bunch of things about myself and about like longevity protocols that I could bring back and help implement into your guys' programs, into your guys' lives as well. Nay, that is not what happened. That and that is not what this ended up actually being mostly. First of all, I landed in Mexico last Monday and immediately both, not just one, but both of my emails completely stopped working. So my business email was detached from the I don't know, some of you are techie and you're gonna like laugh at me right now. I can't remember. It was like my website or whatever, wherever like my email address was like linked to, gone. And no one could email me through my business page. And my personal Google account was like storage full, like way past max capacity, and I couldn't receive or send any emails as soon as I landed in Mexico. And I just thought to myself, I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to be here. I'm going to be present. I'm going to fix my emails when I get back. So, like, already it was like the universe was like, hi, this is time for you to slow down, right? And then I get to the retreat, and it is very much a lot of guided meditation, yoga, sound bath stuff, inner work, and like circle time. Like we passed a talking stick around, and we did all of the things that were a little bit more touchy-feely, a little bit more like introspective. And the longevity piece of this was extraordinarily minimal, and we talked about things that I already know and practice with you guys every single day. So, hey, good news. I'm on the right track. I know you weren't worried. But yeah, it was like all of the same stuff that I talked to you guys about on a consistent basis, and even actually less. So I'm like, okay, I feel pretty good, pretty confident that we are all on the right track together. I know we are because a lot of you guys are having such good success, feeling so much better, but I learned very little with regards to longevity science and what we should be doing to get to increase our health span. I learned a lot about myself in different settings, in different situations, and what I kind of think I probably need to give myself moving forward. The very first day we walked down to the beach and we were supposed to write one word in the sand. This shaman was there the whole time, just like kind of floating around. I talked to him a ton and he was like super duper cool, but he challenged us to write a word in the sand of what we wanted. My one words, every time they asked for one word, always ended up being two words. But I wrote in the sand, create space. And it's because I've been feeling so crunched, right? Like every day I have something, I have all these jobs, I'm running this business, I'm helping you guys. And it's just like, it's all what parts of it are so wonderful, especially working with you guys. And parts of it are um, so anxiety provoking with the other two jobs that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to give myself more space, more room to breathe, more time to sit with myself and become a better version of me and a better leader for you. And so that I can like not be anxious all the time, right? So leaning into all of this stuff that I wasn't necessarily expecting to be leaning into. There was a ton more white space on the calendar than I apparently was comfortable with at the beginning. I was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do when we just have free time? I finally leaned into it. I sat in every single pool one day, went into the steam room, and I just like let it all go. And it had me thinking in the past 2 days, trying to like put it all together, that this is probably one of the absolutely most important pieces of building Healthspan and striving for longevity, because you can be doing all the things, right? You could be doing all the things and be doing all the things right, and you're just like stacking all this stuff back to back to back to back. But like, what is it all for? Right? There were so many people. There were only 11 of us. So like there were people at this retreat that were like, "Oh my gosh, you have to buy organic cotton, like all of this stuff, right? Like you can't eat XYZ, you can't have seed oils, you have to do this protocol, this pro." It's just like stacking these like I was stifled by all of the things that these people were saying. They're just like, right, I can't have dairy, no gluten. And I'm like, I can't have gluten, but it's like they're stacking all of these restrictions on top of each other, plus then adding more of like what you can wear, what you can sleep on, how you can sleep, like just everything felt so stifling to me. And I was just like, okay, like we don't need to be doing necessarily all of this stuff if it's overwhelming us and taking over our entire lives. Because on the other side of it, why do we want to have longevity? Why do we want to have health span in the first place? Is it just so we can live a life that is like stacked to the brim with protocols, or stacked to the brim with work? Or you're just, going sun up to sun down and working your butt off doing a bunch of things that don't light you up? It becomes erroneous and kind of pointless. And I think my biggest challenge to not only myself going into May, the month of May, and we're here, we're in it, is I want you to really think about like, what is it all for? What am I doing this for? Right? What are the things that really light me up? And let's try to get more of that in your life. And what are the things that are kind of dimming me down? And if you can, get rid of them. And if you can't, then let's be really strategic about where you're placing those things during the course of your week so that they're not tearing you down more than you're able to build yourself back up, right? Because we are put here, and we did talk about this at the retreat, really to love, to have fun, and to just be in community, right? So it's like service, community, enjoyment. Like this doesn't have to be a big suffer fest. Yeah. So so I want you to really think about that. My job is to bring you guys the kind of like minimum effective doses of this longevity stuff. And then we can like put this into your lives, but I don't want to build you protocols. And I'm actually glad maybe that this went the way that it did, because I don't want to build you protocols that are just like keeping you from your life, right? I want to help you build habits that are still going to get you 95% of the way there and have you really, truly, fully enjoy the lives that you're living. So I want you to answer 3 questions for me in the chat here. I guess it's not the chat, in the comments section, in Birds of a Feather to this. One is what am I doing this for? Right? This is just like kind of another way to phrase like, what's your why? What's it all for? Why am I here? Why am I in this program with Stevie? Like, what is it for? And number 2, what lights me up? And how do I get more of that? And what dims me down? And how can I manage that or get rid of it in such a way that I have more good inputs than bad inputs coming into my life on a regular basis? All right, guys, I love you so much. I have two more announcements. One is one of my things is I love doing Motivation Mondays for you guys. I'm not sure. I think like the percentage of watch time and like reps of people who are watching these is pretty low, and they're really a heavy lift for me. So it's not that I don't like doing them, but I think I'd like to do them only when I feel inspired to do so and not forcing wisdom that might not necessarily be there. So this is going to be the last formal Motivation Monday. And then I'm gonna re-drop a poll about when you guys want class. I didn't get super good answer. I have like a 50-50 split. I think like two people voted on two different times, and then two people voted another time. And I know some of you are like, hey, I could do these later. And maybe that's something we can explore now that maybe I'll have like this time while I'm recording these free. So I'm gonna put another poll in, including Mondays, that is gonna ask you when you guys want to have Tuesday class or when we can have live class each week so that more of you can come. And we'll only be doing these when I feel a wild hair of inspiration, and something that I truly feel like I can download to you that's going to be helpful and not just like something that's kind of forced based on, four topics that I picked ahead of time. And then, drum roll please, the winner. Yes, we are announcing the winner of the Green Thumbs Challenge. And it is Jessica Harder by a narrow, actually, it was like 10%. I think, Jessica, you had like 10% more green thumbs than anybody else in the challenge. So good job. Super duper proud of you. I know that you're not feeling very well right now. So I hope that you get better soon and you get back on it. Love you guys so much. Have the best week. We're back to normal check-ins this week. So Wednesday, look for those forms. Thursday, you'll get check-ins from me. And then we're going to have a slightly different cadence the next 2 weeks. But don't worry, more on that to come. You guys just like sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and get me the answers to those 3 questions. It's super important. It's probably the most important work that we will do here. So I look forward to reading what you guys have. Goodbye.